Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Electra Soul. If you're new to my channel, I'm a motivational speaker, a psychic medium, and I'm here to help you change your life and to help change the world, because today in this video, guys, it is going to be part 2 of my question and answer video. Stemming back from part 1, which was released on Monday, here is part 2 where I'm going to be answering more of your questions that you guys asked me about the law of assumption, spirituality, whatever, within an Instagram ask box on my Instagram and within a community note thing on YouTube, okay? Y'all just gave me your questions. I got them bitches down packed, and I'm super excited to give you guys my answers because today's gonna be a lot of fun as always. But alright my guys, let's just hop straight into the video because I want it to just be straight answers, okay? First question right here, it says, how to react when someone points something in you that you are changing. Example, they say I'm not my desired height. Okay, so this is where, again, like I said in part 1 of the question and answer video, I said that no matter what it was that's going on around you, no matter who's telling you what, no matter this, that, you will know if you're truly confident or not if you can stand up and still decide that you got this shit in the bag regardless of what is being shown around you. So even if there are people telling you no, people pointing at you, people laughing at you, people jealous of you but are masking it with negativity and all this other stuff, right there guys, I need you to remember that none of that shit matters at all, okay? You are still the one who's in control. You're still the one who calls the shots. You are still the one, okay? And the second that you let their opinion make you feel a type of way to a point where you're like, oh my god, maybe it's not working, whatever, you're giving that person more power than you should be giving them, because you're still on the pedestal that you may now be assuming that their answer is on. No, the fuck it's not. Just because they told you something about yourself that you didn't like to hear does not mean that you need to accept it, nor linger on it, nor acknowledge, like nothing. Don't let that shit be something that is embedded within your reality now because it hurt you. You have the power to be the most high because you are the most high. You're not someone who sits here and listens to the opinion of sheep. If you are the most successful person in the world, are you going to be going on Twitter and arguing with fans or stans or whoever is against you or with you? Like, absolutely not. You're not gonna be arguing with anybody because you would understand, bitch, I'm on top of the world. The fuck, why would I care about your opinion? Exactly, same thing. See yourself as the god of your reality and the opinion of everybody else as just their opinion. They're wrong because if it's not what you're saying, then it's not the truth. You are the only truth. You know exactly what you're doing. That's all that matters. Don't worry about them, forget them, and they shouldn't be worried about you, but just remember who you are. You got this. Have confidence. That's where that self-concept comes in. Stand on your 10 toes down, bitch. And don't let no one tell you nothing crazy about yourself unless you're accepting it. Because if it's not accepted, then it's not reality. That's it. That's all there is to it. Still your reality or nothing. Doesn't matter what they perceive. It just, no one else matters but you. That's it. I intend that that answer helps you out to the most of its ability. Please let me know if you want more advice than that or anything else. But besides that, for the next question here, it says, I have trauma and panic attacks and I really want to live a normal life. Can I manifest it away? I love you, by the way. Love you too, boo. Hell yeah. All right. So the whole thing with that, I'm gonna tell you guys, as someone who also had a lot of trauma, a lot of anxiety and all this other stuff that consciously and consistently and always weighed me down in a terrible, terrible way. I'm gonna tell you guys right now that you definitely have the power to manifest a very, very normal life. You do not have to sit and suffer forever. As y'all can see, the way that I am with y'all is actually how I'm feeling. It's not Capricorn covering up the way that she feels kind of energy. Like, no, I'm dead ass showing you exactly how I feel, because I know that in order to get to where I am today, like in terms of what I'm doing for everything, like the spirituality, the law of assumption, all this stuff, in order for me to get there, I knew that I had to believe in myself to an extent in which nothing from before or the way that I felt or my experiences or anything like that would have an effect on me to stop me, because none of that shit can stop me without my permission. So what I decided to do was I decided to get up and to decide on a life that complemented myself, because I knew that I deserved that. So that is exactly what you need to want to do. You need to want to choose a good life. And now that you've chosen it, you got to take steps to ensure that that good life will be made done in your favor, because it is already done, but now you got to maintain it by not accepting people to talk crazy to you, by not letting yourself talk crazy to you, by not letting yourself be used, tossed over, backstabbed, this, like, understand you have control over that. And if you have control over that, you better do something with that control, because you have the power to make a very good life regardless of what it was that was before. Stop associating yourself to be a victim of that stuff to the extent of thinking that you're trapped there because you went. No, you're not trapped there because you went through it. No, you still can decide whatever it is that you want. You still have the power to get up and to make more. You still have the the power, period. And if you have the power, you have everything. That's all that you need to remember so that you can actually make something wonderful happen. But I promise you guys, you do have that power within you. You can make this happen, and so you will. And I believe in you wholeheartedly. I definitely do, because this is something that will be made possible for you because you're deciding on it, and that's it. You will not be a victim to those circumstances or those traumas forever if you don't allow yourself to be. Please rise up, put your good knowledge to use, and get the fuck going on manifesting your perfect life, because you can do this shit. Absolutely, yes you can. If I did it, y'all can too. I do not say this lightly, I promise you guys. Now, alright, for the next question here, it says, would you be able to talk about how to detoxic from sleeping with certain people? Alright, so that's another big thing about like energy and spirituality and even like manifestation. Please do not perceive yourself to be somebody who is energetically depleted or affected by this person in the way where you're letting it linger on your mind, like, oh my god, I slept with them and now I feel like shit, now I'm the worst, now I'm this, now I'm that. Like, don't let their energies fuck with you, okay? So that's number one. And number two, like for me, honestly, I do believe that sex is a very intimate thing. Like, energetically speaking, I think that it's very sacred in that way where it should be, you know, like it's something. To me, I feel it's definitely energetically something. I know some people can do what they do and it'll be fine, but for me, I'm a very, very committed person. So in the case that maybe you or somebody else slept with someone who isn't the best for you, just take that as not an L that you took for the one time, but more make it into something where it's able to empower you, where you get up and you're like, okay, now I know I'm not gonna sleep with no more bums because I'm a fucking queen. Like, let this be your moment where you're getting up and you're empowering yourself as opposed to letting yourself stay down to their level, because the more that you think about, oh my god, I slept with them, oh my god, this, oh my god, that, like, you're only further invoking yourself into the energy of, oh my god, I slept with this shitty person, blah blah blah. Fuck them, fuck that. Doesn't matter, because your beliefs now is that everything is working out for you in regards to your energy. You are purified, you're cleansed, white aura all around you, all that stuff. You can also always assume that the sex wasn't actually as toxic as you thought that it was. So you can assume that maybe the person, when they were with you in that moment, maybe they are a generally negative person, but when they were with you intimately, they really cared about you. They wanted the best for you. They felt the energy with you, whatever, like things like that. Let it work in your favor, and I promise you, even if you don't understand how this could be the case, like how would it be perceived differently and how could it work, it will be perceived differently because your beliefs genuinely do create everything around you. And it will help you create a very safe space in which you were able to be as intimate as you want with this person and nothing negative affected you or anything like that. Like, it's all good. Remember, even positivity and negativity, that's all a perception of how you view that energy, but all in all, energy is still just energy. You putting a label on it is you putting a label on it, you get me? So make this work in your favor, but do remember that you are cleansed the same second that you say that you are, and you are. Imagine you're Gucci or whatever being cleansed out, whatever, doesn't matter, but just remember, it's all still working out for you if you let it. And so it absolutely will. Yes, still, definitely. The next question is, how did you know you had the shine? Okay, the reason I knew is because I chose it. That's it. That's literally it. Now, on some real shit though, well, honestly, that is some real shit. Like, I deadass chose it. But on some real shit for other people, everyone in this world has the shine. Everyone knows that they do. The whole thing with that though is that you gotta learn, or you gotta understand how to use that, okay? Because a lot of people know that they got the shine. Everyone in this world has the shine, but a lot of people suppress that shit. A lot of people repress it. A lot of people think, I have the shine, but I'm not a good, like, I don't deserve this shit. Like, I can't be as good as I want to be. So right there, you're dimming your shine. The way that I knew that I had the shine is because instead of me pushing it away, which I did for a very long time, I decided to put myself into it, because I knew that I was running away from my destiny, for one, and number two, I wasn't letting myself shine as brightly as I knew that I could. And now that I let myself do that, everything in my life reflects to me why the shine is so confirmed within me. It only confirms more of what I know. And that right there is the biggest blessing in the world, because it is always a choice. I promise you, even if you're watching this and you're like, I don't got the shine, yes you do. But you gotta believe in yourself enough to actually use that to the most of your ability, because you do have the power to. But it's all about what it is that you're doing for yourself. And if you choose that, it will be that, and it will be done, and that'll be it. Promise you guys, it is literally as easy as that, to have the shine. Not even to have it though, but to embrace the shine that you already have within. That's all there is to it. Okay, so the next question says, hello Electra Soul, thank you. Of course, love, period. Sometimes I feel like my desires slip more into just being idle daydreams with like a mild hopelessness riding in the background. What do you recommend doing when you feel like you're just pressing your nose on the shop window and feeling separated from your goals? Do you think it's okay to sometimes have those days, or should I always try to shift to a feeling of embodying my desires even when it feels tough? All right, so great question, because this is like a real ass question. You know, this is stuff that people actually deal with within their realities, whether you are a conscious manifestor or not. It's just everyday things, right? Okay, so the whole thing is that when you feel separate from your desires, it's because you don't feel like you have the energy to actually make that shit a reality. Like when you know that you have something bagged, you talk about it like you got that shit bagged. You're like, yeah, I got this shit. No one's gonna stop me. I can do this, blah, blah. You gotta understand that you gotta get yourself to that very optimistic point where you understand that I want this, so I got this, and I'm not settling for less. Like it's all about will, determination, your self-concept. If you're really dead ass serious about getting what it is that you want and you mean it, like you really mean it, you're not gonna stop at anything to get that thing. Even if you feel like it's too far away from me, I promise you guys, if you have enough will, if you have enough determination and ambition, you will put your foot down and you will still prosper through all the bullshit, even if you think that you can't. You see what I'm saying right here? There are no limits in this reality until you give yourself one. So right there, to answer your question about whether you should let yourself have those days or if you should push through regardless, I will always go with pushing through regardless, because as a person who used to give myself a lot of those days, like too often, like way too often, I'll tell you guys that having those days is literally nothing but feeling bad for yourself for way longer than you should. If you're gonna feel bad for yourself, only allow yourself 5 minutes a day, that's it, or less, maybe 5 minutes a week, I don't know, doesn't matter. But remember that feeling bad for yourself is not an energy that you're meant to have. Like it's not an energy where you're supposed to invoke yourself into that and then sit there because you're comfortable. If you're gonna do that, it's because you're dead ass comfortable with feeling that way, and that's exactly where you gotta push yourself the fuck away from. That's why where you said, should I always try to shift to a feeling of embodying my desires even when it feels tough? I will say that yes, you should definitely try, because even if it is the smallest gesture by telling yourself I'm gonna get through this, and that's like all you told yourself or whatever, that will be 10 times better than if you sat there and let yourself go into the feeling of poor me, poor. You've been feeling like that your entire life. Why would you want to stay there? Get up and be a little uncomfortable with the fact that I can really do this, the fact that you really do have the power, that you can really have everything that you want, whatever, just long enough for you to understand that you can. And then once it becomes permanently embedded within your mind and you do understand that this is the final truth, you're never going to turn to wanting to victimize yourself again, because you will understand that being all the way up here is worth so much more than being down here because you feel like shit. You're only letting yourself feel like shit because you're so used to it. Stop being used to that shit and get used to feeling so happy that anytime that you don't feel happy, it's weird to you. That's literally it. But do remember that your desires are always one with you. You have those desires because you're destined to make them come true. Just remember that it's always in your bag regardless, and stop victimizing yourself on purpose. Remember, you have the power, and if you have that much power, do not dedicate that to feeling bad for yourself in a reality where you're too powerful for that shit. Simply said just like that, alright? Be stronger than how you feel. Y'all can do this, okay? Definitely. Okay, so the next question is, how much do you think action plays a role in manifestation? For example, could you eat junk food 24/7, never work out, and still lose weight? Could you never go to college and affirm for your dream job instead and wind up with it? Could you never study a language and wake up one day and be fluent, etc.? Alright, so honestly speaking, like, I really feel like this is extremely... It depends on the person, because some people do believe that they have to affirm and take inspired action. Some people believe that just affirming is enough, and either of those people will be correct. Whether it's I gotta do both or just one or whatever, it will be enough because that is their belief. I will tell you though that I do believe that it is possible to manifest a lot of shit without you moving a bone, for the reason that I've seen it myself. I've seen people manifest things without doing anything, sitting at home and just believing in themselves, and then it works. Now, am I gonna tell you all to do the same thing for yourself? I will, if you have that confidence in you. But if you're still building up on your confidence, I don't recommend that you just go blindly into, yeah, let me just affirm and sit at home. Meanwhile, I'm kind of really scared that it won't happen. Like, if you're kind of scared, continue to work on yourself to the extent where you can finally get to a point where you're like, nah, I don't have to be afraid. I know that I can do this, and I will, and that's it. That is the reason why I manifested my weight loss and clear skin and even my nose to be a bit smaller in my favor by doing nothing. It was because of my affirmations, but it was also because I believed in myself enough to actually make that a reality. You see, if I sat there eating all that junk food and thinking to myself, oh my god, it's not gonna work, like, what am I doing? I'm hurting my... Right there, you're hurting yourself because you don't even realize that you don't even fully fucking believe in what it is that you're telling yourself. You want to get to a point where you don't have to move a bone to get what it is that you want, but for you, for some people, in order to get there, you gotta work on it by affirming, by believing that affirming is enough, by believing in yourself and understanding that you believing in yourself is enough, whatever it is. Just know though that you can still make it happen, and I do believe that you still can without you moving or doing anything about whatever, but that is entirely up to you. It is extremely circumstantial. Everyone is different. I know that for me, I've manifested a lot of things without moving, but I also do like to move in some aspects. So if I want to get up and make something happen while knowing it's going to happen, like taking inspired action basically while affirming that it will happen, it will still happen, and that'll be fine by me. As long as I'm happy, that's all that matters. But do understand that it's all about your comfort, okay? Do what's best for you. Do not copy what everyone else is doing just because they're doing it, all right? This is still all about you 110% of the time. So I do believe, again, that it is circumstantial, but I do believe that you can make whatever happen as long as you intend to make it happen, and that's it. I intend truly that answer helps you out to the most of its ability for real. Now, for the next question. The question here says, "Hi Electra, hey boo. Can you please explain in more detail how Jesus and the universe coexist as one?" Absolutely, yes I will. Okay, so for one, I've said this a lot of times before, but I will say it again because I know that when people hear people talking about Jesus, they automatically assume that they are Christian or religious, right? I am not religious. I don't practice not a single religion. Like, I don't sit there and study a Bible. I don't do any of that stuff. I simply built a relationship with Jesus. I just see him as a very, very, very strong spirit who went through hell, like honestly speaking, hell and back, dead ass, according to the Christian Bible. But even through that, the way that I see this is that this entire world, the universe, God, Allah, Buddha, Jesus, all that stuff, all that is still one, okay? It is literally one within this world. If that is all one within this world, why in the world would Jesus not be included in the mix? Jesus was an extremely, like I said, very powerful person. He knew what he was talking about. People were blown because they were like, damn, he knows all the tea. He must be crazy, but he knows the tea. Like all that shit. Jesus knew what was up, okay? Very strong person. He helped me through a lot of things spiritually. Like I channel spirits. Like I know how to talk to spirits. So I've channeled Jesus before and he saved my life in one aspect. Like I won't get into that right now, but he's dead ass saved my life because of something that was happening to me or whatever. But besides all that, the way that I see it is that Jesus coexists with this universe just like God coexists with the earth, and just like we coexist as one with God because we are God, all that stuff. That's literally just how I see it. I just see the energy of Jesus being a very, very, very bright white light. I can dead ass see right now psychically, like in my mind I can see it. But right there, that energy is reflected within this universe. It is everything that we are. You're the universe, you're God, you're everything in between. So just like we are, Jesus is as well, because Jesus was a person like you and I. He was a regular human, son of God, but he didn't see himself to be like, oh, I'm superior to you because I'm the son of God. We're all children of God, you feel me? And because we are children of God, or you know, like the God within, like literally it just all turns around, bro. It's anything I say, it just feels like this, just a cycle. We're the children of God, but we're also the God within us. So we're just forever connected to that white light, okay? That's it. That's really all there is to it. So the universe is the white light. Jesus is the white light. Buddha is the white light. Allah is the white light. God is the white light. We're all white lights and we all coexist as one. That's it. Intending that makes the most sense to you, but it's just like the infinity sign, the sideways 8 right there. Boom, we're all connected, and that will forever be the case. That's how I see it, and I always will see it that way. Okay, so the next question here says, don't know how you feel about witchcraft, so please disregard if it's not something you fuck with. You're really sweet for that, thank you, but it's all good. But I love law of assumption, and I also love being a witch/witchcraft. I struggle to find how to merge the two together or how the two can coexist. I mean, I know they do because I said so, but I'm curious as to your thoughts about this, if at all. I don't see a lot of people talking about law of assumption while also practicing witchcraft. Y'all want to know something? I've done spells before. You want to know what a spell is? Manifestation. When you do witchcraft, understand that you're literally manifesting. Okay, that's it. You're physically manifesting what it is that you want by putting your energy into this spell, into the witchcraft that you're doing. I've done plenty of spells in my life. I don't consider myself to be a witch because I don't study none of the witch stuff, like none of that stuff. But there was a point where I was like looking into it. And I remember I did a lot of stuff, and all that stuff actually manifested for me. But it was because of my energy into the fact that that thing was going to happen for me through me doing that witchcraft spell or whatever, okay? So I do definitely believe that they coexist. I do believe that it is a belief to believe that witchcraft works, of course, because if you sit there and you're like, this spell isn't gonna work, it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work, then it's not gonna work. But if you sit there with confidence and you're like, I'm gonna do this spell, it's gonna work out for me, I'm manifesting it, and that's it, boom, right there. It's literally the same thing. So of course it coexists. Don't let anyone tell you differently. It's just it all plays together. And because it plays together in this way, you can make it work in your favor, whereas you're doing your spells, you know that you're manifesting that thing, and you are, dead ass speaking, you are, and that's the best thing about it. It's still working out for you, it's already done your favor, all this stuff, but just remember it, take it with you, use it to the best of your ability, and understand that it's still working out for you because you are manifesting all these wonderful things regardless of anything else. Really, regardless of anything, regardless of the spell, whatever, the spell is still manifesting, you're still manifesting, it's all manifesting, and that's it. So I truly intend that answer helps you out as to how witchcraft and the law of assumption play together, but they definitely do play a role soul within one another, because it's all universal. I believe that's all connected. Okay, so the next question here is, can you please go deep on how to use the law of assumption to lose weight? How do we stay in the state of our affirmation? Any tips, please? All right, so I did make like 2 or 3 videos about weight loss within the law of assumption. So if y'all want, you can also go check that out. I'll place all 3 of them up here so that y'all can just click on them and whatever if you want to. But okay, to answer that question, how to manifest weight loss, you have to understand that if you want to be a certain weight and you want to look a certain way, whatever, that can be achieved by you. Like, that is something that will happen for you because you're saying that it can, because you know that it can, because you've seen other people do it, like all that stuff. Build up your faith in that. I want you to build up your belief in the fact that if other people are doing it, including Electra Soul, I can too. Like, believe that, because me, as someone who used to be very, very limited, if I made this stuff happen, you can as well. So there's no reason as to why you shouldn't, okay? So don't do anything that you feel like is too much pressure on you. Like, if you feel like eating a whole hamburger and 3 milkshakes in a day is gonna make you feel overwhelmed, but you really want to, maybe you shouldn't do it, only because you don't want to feel super overwhelmed kind of thing. But do remember that you have the power to still eat a hamburger and 3 milkshakes and not gain weight because you're deciding on that, you feel me? It's all about understanding that this life is meant to work in your favor, and that includes your weight. So you do have the power to make your weight work in whatever way that you want it to, where you tell yourself, I have such a fast metabolism, everything I eat just burns away, oh my god, I never gain weight no matter what I eat, like things like that. People deadass have those beliefs because that is their life. They may not even be conscious manifestors, but they believe that because that's been their theme their entire life. And because those people out there believe that and it manifests for them, why in the world would it not work for you? Especially because you are consciously doing so, you feel me? And I will give you a small example, which I have stated before in another video, I'm pretty sure. But this girl that I used to know, she wasn't like she didn't know nothing about manifestation or anything like that, but she used to eat whatever the fuck she used to eat so fucking much. Like, she would eat all fucking time. She was like this. She was so thin. And I remember she would even say herself, she was like, I don't know how the fuck I don't gain weight. She's like, I never gain weight no matter what I eat. And I was like, really? You never gain weight? Like, actually curious. And she was like, girl, I never gain weight. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. I went to the doctor, tried to find out if anything's up, anything. Nope, nothing. That's just it for me. This girl was over 30 years old. Okay. So in case you thought, oh my god, my metabolism's gonna slow down, all this shit, don't claim that. She didn't claim that shit. She's like, I eat whatever I want. I don't gain a single pound. I don't know what's up. Right there, it's manifested. And even though, like, you see, that's considered not normal because we have it so embedded that we need to gain weight every time that we eat. If you don't want to gain weight like that every time that you eat, just claim that you don't. You have to be strong though, you know, you gotta be like believing in yourself to the extent of understanding that your body could really make this work out for you. There's tons of success stories about people who've done this. I know that this is real because, again, I've done it myself. I do it for myself each and every single day, and it works. It's just my belief now though. And once it becomes a belief for you, through you rewiring your subconscious and letting it be a stable thought for you, you will see how that will play out, and it will be your only reality because you're claiming that, and that's it. I promise you guys though, you can make this happen, and like, you just gotta be strong about it. You just gotta be strong. Don't stress yourself out, please. Take it little by little if you have to. Don't think that you need to run to the end because other people are, but do remember that the second that you say that you are a certain weight or whatever, you will be that, okay? So do remember that this is all instant. You've lost the weight in the 4D, gotta trust that bitch in the 3D, you feel me? It's still done, still manifested for you. It's already here for you because you said so, and that's it. And I intend truly that my answers today in regards to this question help you out to the most of its ability for real, because this is really easy. I know that I can totally understand why people don't see that it is, but I know that it is. And because I know that it is, it can be for you too. Seriously guys, it really can be. So the next question here says, can you please do one for manifesting for others? Any tips you have and what to do if the opposite manifests for them? So I'm gonna make a video on that because I feel like manifesting for, well, actually no, I actually think I made a video about this before. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. And if I did, I'll link it here. But besides that, to manifest for others is as easy as just like manifesting for yourself. You know, if you're manifesting for others, you're gonna be assuming that they have what they want, that they're happy, that they're this, that they're that, just like you would be assuming for yourself. So you're gonna put the same formula into whatever you've been doing for you back onto them. They get everything that they want. They're so happy, they're so free, they're so at peace, they're so healthy, whatever, okay? And if the opposite manifests for them, please, well, for one, you probably shouldn't be telling them like, I'm manifesting this for you, because in the case that they're like, what did you do? What did you do? If the opposite manifests or whatever, like, you don't want that. So in the case that you have it up here that you're doing it for them silently, I personally would see it as something where it's like, to me, if something in my reality is telling me no, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, okay, yeah, no, I'm gonna be like, bitch, yes, you know? So I'm not gonna settle with them being told no. I'm gonna get up and continue to assume that they're being told yes, or whatever it is that I want for them, okay? So like I said, the exact same way that I would manifest for me, that's how I would manifest for somebody else. It is honestly as easy as that, but let it be easy and don't let yourself be stressed out thinking like, oh my God, what if this, what if that? Like, understand it's still gonna work out. It's still gonna work out because you're assuming it. It is still going to manifest, materialize, be there for them, all that stuff, but you gotta have trust in that, okay? And besides all that, like I was saying, it's really easy to manifest for others. It's just all about understanding that just like you were manifesting for you and the disconnect that you have there about not being obsessed about it, not driving yourself crazy with it, you gotta apply that with them as well. So if anything, I would personally say it'd probably be logically easier to manifest for another person because you're probably not as emotionally connected to that situation as much as that person would be. Or even if you were manifesting for yourself, you to that situation, you might be more emotionally charged. But here you can make it work in your favor because there is still some sort of separation that's keeping you from truly obsessing over it. You get me? If that makes sense? That detachment feeling that you have, keep that with that, but do have faith in that. Like, be detached, but be confident as fuck and understand it's still gonna work out for them. And don't settle for less than yes, okay? If the universe is telling them no, you wait, nah, bitch. I'm the universe and I'm saying yes. Okay, right there. If you have that kind of self-concept in yourself, that high self-concept, no one's gonna tell you different, not even a reality that belongs to you. Okay then, okay then. Okay, so I'm gonna be answering one last question, and then from here on out, I'll see y'all next Monday for another video. So the next question says, can we completely change someone just by affirming? I mean totally 180 change, and I mean a total damn change. I'm gonna say yes, I'm gonna say yes. The reason I'm gonna say yes is because I've done it myself. I've changed people within my reality, thankfully speaking, in a way that I wanted them to be better for me. I wanted them to be better for themselves. Like, that was the first thing. I always care about somebody's relationship with themselves first, and then the relationship that they have with everything around them, because I want everyone to be healthy and happy within themselves, right? But the whole thing here is that, yeah, you absolutely can by simply manifesting it, by perceiving things to be differently. If you're affirming it, understand that affirmations are gonna help your subconscious pick up on the fact that, okay, this person is the way that I want them to be, kind of thing, you know? I don't want you to sit there thinking, oh my God, I've been affirming for months that they're kind now, that they're sweet now, that they're this, that they're that, but nothing's happening. Remember, that is you being desperate in that moment. You know, you're like, oh, I feel like I can't. You can do this though. You can. You just gotta let yourself be confident in the perception change that you have in that person, and then that person will start to reflect those changes that you perceive in them right back to you, thankfully speaking, because it really is that easy. Thankfully again speaking, because that is exactly the way that it's supposed to be. If we perceive things to be differently, they will be different. And of course, entirely depending, circumstantially depending on who it is that you're changing and what the history is between y'all, it is entirely up to you as to how and what you want to do with that. But I will tell you guys that yes, you can manifest this kind of change, and I have seen it happen. It was just all about me assuming the good in them to be permanently brought out, for them to permanently be that way with me, and then they did, because that was the only version I was accepting. And I will tell you guys, I've manifested a lot of I guess you could say crazy. I would say it's only crazy because of the history with some of these people, but you can really make a change if you want to. I also do be cutting off people a lot though, so it entirely depends. You feel me? It entirely depends. But all right, that's basically it today, my loves, for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching today. My goodness, I had so much fun answering the rest of your questions. I know that I didn't get to all of them. I really wanted to though, but the videos would have been like forever long, and as much as I would have loved to sit here and film 2-hour-long videos, it may be too much for some of us, okay? So until next time, you can ask me more of your questions, ask them again, ask whatever you want. Even if you repeat some of the same questions, I honestly don't care. I don't mind repeating myself, because I know that for me, I needed shit to be repeated to me a million times. Like, I had to remind myself of a lot of things that I already knew the answer to a million times, so that I can actually get it and apply it. You know, there's a difference though. If you're asking things that you know the answer to, but you're hoping for a different response or something like that, that's a little different. Like, do what you will with what you know, just make sure that you're using it though, because you can, and because you're supposed to, and because it's all available for you to be using it, and that's it. But all right, my love, with that being said, I will see y'all this Monday for another video. Thank you guys so much again for watching. May God bless you all always, and please take care, everybody. And let's get these last questions in. 2 more questions. Okay, that's it. Just 2 more right now and at the end. You already know. All right, so the question here says, how can I manifest instantly for urgent situations? I want to hack the matrix. Any tips, please? If you want to manifest as instantly as possible right now, it is already done. Have confidence in that. That is the formula. Have confidence in your belief. You want things to be done instantly right now. Believe that they are done instantly right now. Stop settling for they're not done. What is it going to take? What do I have to do? Nope, not that, because that's not you. You said that it's done right now, so it is. Have trust in that. That is exactly how you hack the matrix or whatever in a second, because we're all doing it instant. Like, honestly, all the fucking time. We're doing it all the time. We don't even realize it. But because you know that you are, use it to the best of your ability and make it happen right now. You can affirm for it, sit on it, states, I don't care what you do. script it, shit, whatever, visualize, I don't care. The whole thing is that you have confidence in the fact that that thing has changed right now. And if you go to sleep tonight with confidence in the fact that things will be different by tomorrow morning, they will be different because you're saying so and that's it. No one can tell you no where you're telling yourself yes, and that I will forever ride by because it is the truth. It is the one and only truth. Have confidence in yourself though, and yes, the simplicity in my advice, it is really as simple as that. Thank the Lord, it truly is, okay? Okay, so remember that shit. Y'all got it. Bye. Okay. So the last and final question says, any tips for someone manifesting living a luxurious life with a difficult background? Oof, I could write a whole novel on this shit. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, get out of the mindset that you don't deserve to be happy, have luxury, have all this wonderful stuff around you. The answer is yes, you do. You are the only person though who can convince yourself of that. So if you feel like you don't believe in that enough, start getting to a point where you can actually believe in the confidence that you hold within you having a luxurious life. Let yourself understand that that is the reality that you deserve, that you got, that it's everything that you've always been wanting, so that thing belongs to you because you said so and that's it. I'm telling you, even if you come from a difficult background, which is a limit in regards to you thinking that that's holding you back, it's not holding you back. You build character from what it was that you went through. Now it's time to use that fucking character to manifest something better, and because you have that desire in your mind, you have to put it to good use so that you can actually manifest what you want. So get the fuck up. Start encouraging yourself. Start surrounding yourself with people and with things and with thoughts that represent the life that you want. And I'm not saying be fake. I'm saying get yourself energetically there by believing in yourself and knowing that that is the only reality that belongs to you, because it absolutely is, with your permission. You all are so strong. I believe in you all so much. I want to go more into detail. Honestly, I might do one of these pretty soon again because I want to keep going. Like, I don't want to stop here, but we're going to talk pretty soon. Maybe I'll do a live on YouTube one day. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But besides that, my love, thank you guys so much for watching today. I love you all so fucking much. In the future with the Eternal Starlight, the group that I have with my sisters, we will be answering a lot of questions and helping y'all out even further than we already are. Shit, y'all already know. But besides that, God bless you all always. Love y'all so much. Bye. And I intend that all my answers helped you out, which I know that they did because I said so. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Love you all so much. Bye.